Hey guys, welcome back to Automation eLearn. In this video, I'm going to discuss few basic but important questions related to branches in Git. You can say these are dumb questions, but these must be dumb questions for someone who is already aware of these concepts. If someone is new to Git and not an expert, these questions definitely would add a value to their knowledge and clarify their concepts. So let's get started with our first dumb question. So first question is, can I have space in multi-word branch name? For example, I want to create a branch name saying fix order issue. So I want to create a branch name saying fix order issue. This branch name is multi-word. We have 3 words over here, right? So the question is, can I have spaces in between? So let's give a try. So to create a new branch, command would be git branch and name of the branch. So git branch and name of the branch is fix order issue. And here, if you notice, git identifies that the argument that we are passing here is not the correct one. So git, it gave us a suggestion and all the flags and all the options which are applicable with git branch command. It means the command that we executed did not work. So what we need to do is, if you really need to have a multi-word branch name, then either you can use hyphen or underscore. But you cannot have spaces in between. Your branch name should be single word. So this time I will execute git branch and I'll have a same word fix order issue, but I'm using underscore, not space. So this time it should work. I can check git branch and here you can see my branch is created. So you cannot have space in between. My next question is it mandatory to have a master branch in each repository? So the answer is no. But you would ask, like, you might have seen master branch, which is kind of default for each and every repository on GitHub, right? Master is a default, master or main is the default branch by default. But if you want, you can change it. So if you go to settings and click on branches, here default branch is the master, and from here you can also change the name of this branch. So currently it is master. I can make something else, for example release underscore main, something like this. So here I am renaming the name of master branch. So if I'll save this, then my master branch would no longer present in the list because that is renamed as a release main. So branch with the name master is just a preferred name for the branch, which is important and equivalent to the production. And we should define whatever branch we decide to make it default. We should also define certain rule for the branch which is equivalent to the production to prevent it from the breaking changes. So here you can see release main is my default branch. We also should define few rules, protecting rules, so that no one can commit broken code here. I have discussed these concepts in detail in this video. You can refer to this later on to learn about it. Next question is, what will happen if we try to create a branch with the same name that already exists? So let's give a try. So here if I'll do git branch, you know I already have a feature 1. Let's give a try to create branch with feature 1. So I already have feature 1, but still I am trying to create another branch with the same name, git branch feature 1. So here we are getting an error, a branch name feature 1 already exists. It means with the same name you can have only one branch, you cannot have duplicate branch. Another question is, how many branches can I have in the repository? This is also a good interview question many a times people encounter. So the answer is you can have as many as you want. There is no limitation like you can have certain number of branches in your repository. You can have n number of branches, but while working on a practical project, real project, it is good habit to delete your feature branches once your code is merged. GitHub provide an option by default to delete a branch immediately after the code is merged. So we should use that feature, and it is a good habit to clean your previous feature branches that you are done working with. But you can have n number of branches. There is no limitation on it. Another question is what happen if we misspell the name of the Git branch? So here we have two scenarios. One is misspelling the branch name while creating a new branch and misspelling the branch name while switching the branch. Let me show you both. For example, I want to create branch saying feature 10 new. So I want to create branch with the name feature 10 new, but here I forgot to type new, or I made some typo over here. So what Git will do is whatever name we will give, branch will be created with the same name. So here I can check git branch, and here I have a feature 10, but my intention was to create a branch with the name as feature underscore new, but I forgot to give a new, or I did some typo. So whatever name I will give, the branch will be created with the same name. So if you misspell the branch name while creating a new branch, Git will not complain about it, and it will just create a new branch with whatever name you give. Another scenario is here I have a feature 10 branch, right? And currently I am on master. So let's say I want to check out feature 10, but somehow I gave feature hyphen 10 instead of feature 10. I'm giving feature hyphen 10, and I want to check out to this particular branch. So this time we are getting an error because path spec feature hyphen 10 did not match any file known to Git. So basically Git is saying like there is no reference for any branch with this name. So while switching to another existing branch, if you are misspelling the branch name, then Git will throw an error and you want to be actually switching to that particular branch. Next question is, can I have a branch with the same name on local repository and remote repository? So the answer is yes, we can have, but you would encounter an error when you try to push the changes from local to remote. Let me show you. So here I am on this repository, git reset tutorial, and here if I'll check remote repository list, so here you can see it's pointing to git reset repository, which is nothing but this one. So we will have one branch here and on the remote repository on GitHub, and we will also have the same branch with the same name on the local repository as well. So first let's create on the local git branch feature 11. So here I am creating a branch called feature 11 and check out feature 11. So currently I am on feature 11 branch. Okay, and we will have the same branch on remote repository. So here under git reset I'll have a feature 11 and will create this branch. So now you can see I have created feature 11 on local repository and remote repository also. Let's perform some action over here. So let's check the status. Let's commit. So I'm committing m2.txt. and git status we are good, git log. So you can see this is the commit that we just performed, right? Update m2 file. So far we are good here. Let's try to push your changes from local repository to remote repository here on GitHub. For that we need to execute git push. Okay, upstream is not set, so let's execute this command. Git push set upstream feature 11. And here we have a problem. So this push is rejected because failed to push some ref to this git reset repository. Updates were rejected because remote contains work that you do not have locally. This is usually caused by another repository pushing to the same ref. Here same ref means pushing to the branch having a same name. So feature 11 is also on my local and feature 11 is also on remote repository. So unless we execute git push, we can continue to work with feature 11 on local and remote. But as soon as we try to sync these two, as soon as we try to push our code from local to remote, we will encounter this issue and your push command would be rejected. So your code cannot be a part of git reset repository here on remote repository. So in this case, what is the solution? So here git is suggesting perform git pull first, okay, so that feature 11 on remote can sync with the feature 11 on local, and after that you can perform git push so that it will be in sync. So having a branch with the same name is not a problem, but we cannot sync them, we cannot perform git push command. Next question is how to create a new branch using branch command or checkout command. Let me show you. We can create a new branch with branch command also, git branch feature 12. So here feature 12 will be created, we can see over here. And another way is git checkout -b feature 13. So I can use git checkout with -b flag to create feature 13. And if I'll check branch list, here you can see feature 13. So we can use branch command also, we can checkout command also. But which one we should use? We have two options. Which one is preferred way? So here is a simple logic. If you just want to create a new branch, you don't want to switch to that one, then you can use git branch command. Like here we created feature 12, but we are still on feature 11. But when we check the branch list, feature 12 is created. So using git branch command, you can just create a new branch. You would not switch to that newly created branch. Whereas using git checkout -b, if you are creating any branch, like here we did feature 13, then this would create feature 13 and you would also switch to feature 13 also. So while creating, I was on feature 11, and after creating feature 13 using checkout command, I switch to feature 13 automatically. And in the branch list, you can also see feature 13 is created. So if you just want to create a branch name, use git branch command. And if you want to create a branch and you also want to check out that branch, you also want to switch to newly created branch, then you should use git checkout -b. So my last question in the list is how to list down all the remote branches only. So here if I'll execute git branch, then I'm seeing the branches over here, right? But how we can list? So these branches are from the local repository. Like here I have feature 13, feature 12. On the remote repository, if you see, we don't have feature 12 and feature 13. So these branches are feature 12, feature 13 are present on the local repository. So when I execute git branch, I am getting all the branches which I have checked out and which I have created here on the local repository. But the question is how to get a list of the branches only from the remote repository, only which has a reference from the remote. So for that I can execute git branch -r. So this time we are getting only one branch, origin master, because this is the only branch which is referenced from the remote repository. And if you want to see all the list from the local and from the remote, then you can execute git branch -a. A means all. So this time we will see all the local branches and the one which we are getting from the remote. So when we executed git branch, we will get the local list, the branch which we checked out earlier, and the branch that we have created here on the local, we will get all those. And when we create git branch -r, r for remote, we will get only remote branches. And if we execute git branch a for all, then we will get all the local and remote branches also. So guys, these were 7 dumb questions related to git branch. I hope you have learned something new today from this video. Please reach out to me if you have any doubts or any other questions. Please subscribe to the channel to learn many other concepts and features. Thank you for running this one. Thank you.